Hello and welcome back to the True Crime Comedy Podcast, Murderess Podcast. I am your host, Sidney Smith, with my co-host,
Jamie Kamaya.
What up, Jay?
How are you?
How are you? And the How Are You t-shirts just dropped yesterday, and I must say I like them a lot. What you think about them, Jay?
I think it was very clever, the wording. I think all it says is Hawaii.
Right? Hey, everybody out there, if you are a fan of the show and you have not supported us through Patreon, but you would like to support the show by buying some merch, go on to murderesspodcast.com and go hit the store and see if you like anything we got there. If so, go ahead and order something. It would help us produce this show. All right, with that said, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us on this podcast. As I always like to remind you guys, we take a look into the real life murders committed by women and women alone.
Oh,
and because
ladies,
and because you guys have been so supportive, we're getting a chance to do our first show live at CB Live September 15th, and tickets are live for that. You can go get those at the same place. You can go ahead and get t-shirts, but just murderesspodcast.com.
Well, calling a bomb threat so we don't have to do it.
Would you stop with the nonsense? All right, do not do that. I'm going to have to figure out. I'm going to have to tell the editing team to cut that out, I think. Before we get started, let me mention a couple of things that I've been remiss on mentioning the last couple of weeks. And please go to Apple Podcasts and give us 5 stars. If you're listening to us there, just give us 5 quick stars and go ahead and click that follow button.
Minimum 4 stars.
I would like 5, but yeah, we'll take minimum of 4. And leave us a cool review if you can. That would be cool as well. But don't forget to go ahead and click that follow button. I don't know why it's follow instead of subscribe, other than Apple always feels like they need to be different.
They are different in a good way.
Just have to be different for no reason at all. And then for everyone else listening on any other, you can just hit the subscribe button because Apple's the only one's got to
different.
Follow.
Like Jewel with her crooked tooth.
What?
She's so
Are
hot.
You shitting on Jewel?
I'm not. I love Jewel.
Oh, you know what? Jewel used to be hotter at first. I feel like all women, when they first hit, they were eating like cupcakes and shit like that. Then they get a little bit of money, they can hire a chef, and it changes things. I thought Jewel was hotter when she looked like normal. She got too skinny for me.
Oh, is she? I didn't know. I watched that YouTube video of her where she goes undercover and sings her own songs in a dress up. It's pretty cool.
Okay, I've not seen that. I'll have to check that out. But I'll take your word that it's pretty cool. But I'm going to check that out. Jay, what's good with you, man? What's good, brother?
Nah, not much. You didn't like my mic check today. I don't know why.
Bro, I want the Murderous Accomplices to hear. You know what? Before we even jump into that, actually what I need to do, I need to give some shout outs actually to a couple of people. I forgot to do that. We need to give a shout out to Nancy out there. She's been very active on social media with us and inside of our Facebook group, Murderous Podcast, which you can also join out there, folks, if you want, and giving us some great accolades. And I just wanted to give a shout out and say, Nancy, I appreciate you for that.
Oh, that's that friend request I got. Oh, I should go ahead and accept that is what you're saying.
You are the absolute worst. The absolute worst individual to try to follow and friend on social media. You are
I'm
the
not
worst.
good. Full disclosure.
But so she's been really, really chill, man, and gave us some nice accolades out there for the world to read. And actually, I was sitting with the squad today going through our reviews, and we're going to take those, including hers, reviews that we've gotten on Apple, and just apply those to the website to kind of keep building and filling out the website.
Yes, sir.
And I think we're going to put hers first. So shout out to her. She's been listening for 4 or 5 days, if I remember. That's what she said. And she's almost all the way through the back catalog of us.
Oh, so she doesn't have a job, is what you're saying.
She may be able to listen at work. And that is not what I said. Don't be putting words in my mouth. I did not say that.
Nancy, I'm here for you. Don't let Sidney get you down.
You're here to hold her up as I punish her. Is that what you're saying? You're the worst person.
All right. So the greeting, every time we record, Sidney asks me for a mic check.
I do.
And I like to keep it fresh, give him something different this time.
Because he's a dick.
And halfway through my mic check, he cut me off and says, you save that for when we're actually recording. So I have no idea if we sound good right now.
We sound fine, but I want to hear this mic check, dude. I want the world to hear what you give me, a sample of what you give me every week when I say, give me a mic check.
All right, here we go. Who's a man with a master plan? A ginger with a motherfucking gun.
All right. So, folks, I'm sorry you had to hear that, but I wanted them to hear what I have to go through each week with you.
Gold. One of these days, I'm going to slip on that word.
That is not gold. And
I wonder if Sidney would keep that on there.
No, I would not keep that on there. And I want to give a quick shout out to Suffer Survive. She was really, really chill with us as well this week on our social media by asking if there's a way to watch our live show next week through Zoom or some other type of platform.
Nope.
And there is not. And that is by design for anyone out there who may be wanting to know the same thing, because this is our first live show. And I don't feel comfortable trying to do something like that and charging people around the world to watch it. So,
right. Kinks need to get worked out.
And once we get those worked out, then we'll go ahead and do that. But thank you for asking the question and thank you for listening. I do appreciate it. All right. Now, without all of that out of the way, and I want to say all that like I don't care about doing it, but there's a lot of people who care less about some of the stuff we have to do business wise. What's up with my
Including
wife?
me.
What's up with you and my wife, man?
Nothing's going on, but apparently we have a connection I was not aware of because when I got here, there was not one, not two, but 3 boxes of Pop-Tarts
I'm very upset
in the
about
cabinet.
this. Yes.
One of which was brown sugar and cinnamon.
And when I came in yesterday, because I had a fantasy football draft, I came in and she looked at me and smiled. She said, I got you Pop-Tarts. And I said, why did you get Pop-Tarts? You know, she wanted to make sure they were here before, just in time for you to
Right
get
after you told me, my wife will not be getting you Pop-Tarts.
And I go in and I open the cabinet and the first thing I see is a box of brown sugar cinnamon fucking Pop-Tarts. And I went to find and said, why did you get Jamie the Pop-Tarts that he loves? I told him you would not be buying those Pop-Tarts after he tried to give me a shopping list.
Yeah, we worked that out behind your back.
Yeah, so now I want to know, what hotel are you guys meeting and what the hell's going on?
Hotel not going to happen because I'm definitely not her type.
Well, hold on now. There need to be some more other reasons why this would happen. It can't be just because you're not her type. Should have been because
that's all you need, though.
It should have been because you're a close friend of mine. I would never, that was left out. You're such an asshole. Oh, you are definitely never coming over when I'm not here. You might be trying to slim down and tan or something.
Well, tan's out of the option. It's not even happening.
Jamie, what's with the ball cap?
I can tell you a walk, but that hat's not hiding nothing on my Ring camera.
Yo, I wanted to share something with you and our Murderous Accomplices. I figured out yesterday that I am old. And I figured out I'm old.
Older than me.
I figured out I was old by going through my fantasy football draft yesterday. And we had it at a Buffalo Wild Wings. And this Buffalo Wild Wings was so dimly lit. I thought you could have been in the strip club. That's how dimly lit it was.
Oh.
And they had the draft board up on the wall at a distance of probably about 6 to 8 feet away. And then I had my sheets of paper in front of me. And I figured out that I must use my glasses to see from a distance, but then I had to take them off to look at paper that was right in front of my face.
Oh, I'm the exact opposite.
And I felt like an old man, that old man who has to look down over the brim of his glasses. I'm like, oh my God, I am old now.
Yeah, no, you are. I mean, you're getting up there. Actually, you're already up there.
I'm not up there.
I'm right behind you.
All right.
Keeping your head up.
Keeping my head up.
Hey, look at me. It can't be that bad, right?
This is true.
If I made it this far, anyone can.
I look at you, I think it could be this bad.
It could be.
But no, it
just keeps bringing Pop-Tarts home.
It's every little thing as I get older. It's just like I can't play the sports I used to play anymore. My Achilles are tight in the middle of the night.
You're cranky. And you don't have a nap.
I was already cranky before. I used to hate taking naps.
I
need a nap every once in a while. And I don't know about anyone else out there listening to us. I don't know if you need naps or even like naps, but I don't even like them. And it's almost like I have to take them.
That was great how you just looked at the machine to make sure we were recording and we didn't have to do that all over again.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you just picked that up to make sure we were recording, right?
Make sure things are kosher.
Yeah. What if that thing was on pause or something?
Then we would have to start
all this gold that I just spit off the top of my head.
Oh my God.
It wouldn't be the same second time around.
We were debating something before we started, before we hit the record button. And I thought it could be an interesting conversation. We're going to find it now, and people who listen to us will let us know, don't talk about that shit ever again. But can you make it out here in the world in general? Now, we were talking about specifically more like AZ, but folks, and you guys can answer this question too. Go to murderesspodcast.com and drop us a message. Let us know what you think. Or you can go drop us a message on our Facebook group, Murderous Podcast as well. Or hit us up on IG, Murderous Podcast. Can you make it out here right now? Or if you can, are you just a lazy person? Or is the financial situation in this country, housing and otherwise, to a point where it is going to be tough for you to make it if you already don't have a little something in your back pocket?
Well, it depends. Now, everyone's situation is different. I mean, this is wildly different situations. So for myself, say I was single with my one kid. Mm-hmm. I could get a 2-bedroom apartment in Arizona, in Phoenix area, a decent area for about $950 to $1,000 for a 2-bedroom. I've seen them out there. I've looked at $1,300. Now you're starting to get into the nicer areas. But no, I think that's doable. I look at everything on a weekly basis. Like, how much money do I have to make a week to pay all my bills? So right now, my current situation, it's a number that I know I can hit, and I don't think the number would change that much if I had to, live on my own, so to speak.
Well, look, so I disagree with you slightly, because I know right down the street from me, not right down the street, but in my neighborhood, if you wanted a 600 square foot apartment, studio apartment, $1,500. It's starting at $1,500.
Well, I'm not looking in this neighborhood. It's a little bit lesser of a neighborhood.
You're looking at a lot lesser of a neighborhood. I think if you're talking about $900 for, you said a 2-bedroom,
$950 get you a 2-bed, 1-bath.
In what area?
I don't know, not the great Glendale, where the stadium is, but you can get them. They're out there.
I just don't know if you can't make it out here at this point in time, if it means you're lazy. That's kind of where we were with it. I do think coming up with housing someplace where you're not afraid to get robbed, walking to your car would be a little rough for you starting out.
Yeah,
today.
No, I took that into consideration. I mean, you can make driving Uber and doing Amazon Flex, you can make $1,000 a week.
Yeah.
Like you can survive on that. You're not going to be rich by any means, but you can survive on that. You could pay a car, put food on your table. That can happen.
Mm-hmm. My only thing when it comes to those jobs is now the wear and tear you're putting on your vehicle, and now you got to pay for that upkeep on the vehicle. Because if you're starting out, you may not have the nicest vehicle to begin with.
Yeah, well, I got an older Camry, but still met the criteria. Oil change, gas is obviously the major expense.
Huge.
Then you got to have oil changes are more frequent because of miles, and you got to put tires and brakes. But brakes are cheap. I can do those myself. And tires, I mean, it's about $500 to put 4 average tires on your car. So you got to take that into consideration. But I mean, you factor that in.
Talking about you, now you're just a hard worker to begin with. And I would say that most people, I don't think you have to have a Mercedes to drive for Uber or anything like that, but you can't show up with just a piece of shit.
No, in Arizona is a little more lenient. Your car can be 15 years old, where like a state up north, Massachusetts, your car has to be 10 years old because of the elements that come into play up there.
Right.
Your car can be 15 years old here, but it has to pass an inspection. It can't have dents. It can't have sunwear, which is something that's very common here. Those sunspots all over your car, those oxidized spots, whatever they're called. You can't have those. They do check your brakes and all your stuff, and your interior can't have rips. All seatbelts got to work, stuff like that. It has to be in decent shape.
I'm amazed with the amount of people out here in AZ that just choose to park their cars outside. Like, there's some neighborhoods I drive through and the garages are just full of shit, and they park their cars outside. I'm like, what are you doing? The sun is beating this shit out of your car out here.
Get a shed. Go buy a shed for your backyard to store your shit.
Anything, you got to do something else. Like, I refuse to store a bunch of stuff in my garage because that's where our vehicles go, and that's where they will always go. But that's just me. How was the holiday weekend, bro?
It was good. We had my girlfriend's grandkids over.
They snitch on you again?
No, not this time. They came through like a hurricane, as they usually do, but they're friggin' adorable, so there's nothing you can really do about it.
You see, you and I are so different in so many different ways, and we talk about things in terms of, I will admit you are, I don't want to say a more caring person. I would just say we care about different things, and like, I would not want children.
Things I care about, people fall into that.
I care about people.
A few.
Yeah, well, but I still care about some. out there, a few of them. Anyway, back to my point before you try to make me seem like a heartless cold bastard again. That would just drive me nuts to have children hurricaning through the house. But that's what I was just saying. There's
nail polish on the couch now. But I you know what? When we got the couch, I bought that $200 5-year warranty, so that someo's coming over to clean that shit off.
Could you imagine how I would What do you think? How do you think I would react if
I would see you in cuffs? That's what would happen. You'd be doing time.
Who put the nail polish
I
on the
realize
couch?
she's 7, but listen, let me tell you what happened.
I would not harm a child. Now, I wouldn't do that. Now, you know I wouldn't harm a child. But her parents are completely up. Look, if you don't give this child some home training before you bring her over here again, this is going to be a problem. All right, this is a problem. In fact, you should already know this. I don't know why you brought her over here. You know what the rules are here. Take your shoes off. All right, all nail polishes to be done at your house.
Shoes off house. This is getting brutal.
Your shoes are off right now.
I have to check my socks now every time I come over.
You didn't check today.
No, I didn't. I got a little. Hey there, Mr. Big Toe.
Only thing we're missing is a skunk. That's the only thing we're
Let's
missing.
not go there.
Oh, that was
Let's
hilarious.
not dig up the past.
No, let's dig that up.
Literally.
Did Vegas over the weekend. Took the wife. We went and did Vegas. Met some friends out there. Hadn't seen since we got married, and we had a great time out there. To the point where the wife was hanging out with her female friends, and she called me to let me know that she was sitting on the ground someplace having a picnic.
Oh.
And if you know my wife, that would not be her normal, but she was having such a good time. If you get my drift,
Sure.
They were having a picnic at one of the casinos, just sitting on the ground eating food,
eating
cheese
curd. I can do that.
I could not do that, and normally she could not do that, but she had a good time.
I would just eat right at the machine, though. So I don't go to Vegas often because I'm a degenerate.
Yeah, I don't gamble. I don't gamble when I'm out there. I've never gambled out
there.
Then
why go there?
Because it's so much to do when you go hit the bars, and there's some places I like to go hit up, and I find new places I like to hit up.
What do they have besides casinos that other places don't, though?
Like they got a very cool cigar bar there that I enjoy called Monte Cristo over in Caesars.
They got those here.
I like to go. No, they don't have that one. All right, this is a nice one. The stadium swim that I was telling you about before we started. The pool party over there is amazing. If you're going out to Vegas anytime soon, go pay the money. Go check out Stadium Swim over at Circa Hotel. It's down on Fremont Street.
If you're someone who is willing to take your shirt off in front of strangers, go check that out.
Or if you're not, you can do that too, because I saw plenty of people who were just chilling. I saw one guy who actually got in the pool, a couple of guys with his shirt, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I would rather get in the pool looking like I do with no shirt than get in with a shirt.
And the rest of us would rather you did not. so we're opposite ends of that spectrum. But it's a very cool spot. If you're headed out there anytime soon, check it out. But Monte Cristo is really cool over in Caesars. If you're into having a good stiff drink with a nice cigar and just hanging out.
Stiff what? Oh, drink.
Yes, drink. We love Giadas over at the Cromwell.
These guys paying you?
No, not yet, but they will. Cool story. I used to have a buddy up until this weekend. I'll tell you off. Actually, I may ask you on, but I used to have a buddy over there who worked for Caesars, and we would go out and hang out, and he would get things count for us, and we have a good time. But I'm never someone who likes to take advantage of things. And the wife had a friend that she met out there, her and her husband, and the women are drunk, and I'm sitting there, and the guys are talking at Giada's, and they're ordering food. I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm someone who likes to watch the room even when I'm engaged with someone. Just because
You're a people watcher.
Not a people watcher. I like to make sure shit isn't getting ready to pop off, and I don't know about it.
You know where the exits are.
Well, I know who I'm going to hit first. You look for the exit. I do not. so
I be watching what everyone's eating.
Right. This is true too.
That looks good. Bring me that next.
Well, and that's what I was doing. I'm watching these appetizers keep coming out, and I turn and look. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And the guy says, well, they asked for that. They're like, no, we didn't ask for these. It was like $200-$300 worth of appetizers. And if you've ever been to Giada's, you know an appetizer consists of like 8 crackers. That
sounds the name sounds expensive.
It's not cheap to eat at Giada's. But I said, do not bring another appetizer out here. And these girls are just laughing and just tasting this and tasting that. But Giada's is a very cool spot to go.
Vegas is the one place I go with no budget. You know me, I'm tight. But I go to Vegas with no budget.
Well,
credit cards paid off. Let's go.
Is there another way to go on vacation? People who go on vacation and don't make sure that their financials are tidied up before they go. I couldn't do that. But in this circumstance, I knew my buddy was going to write off everything. So I don't like to appear like we're taking advantage. Yeah. So I don't want you guys ordering $300 worth of appetizers.
This is free, right?
Right, that he's going to sign off on. But to their credit, again, they were a little bit intoxicated, and
that's not credit,
and not aware. This guy was taking advantage. The waiter was obviously taking advantage because he just kept bringing shit out.
What do you want? Hey, look, this is good.
You're racking up the bill.
$60 for some grapes.
But Giada's is so delicious.
Unless you turn that into a bottle of wine, I don't want it.
And the Cromwell's a cool hotel to go hang out at, though. That's also.
This all down Old Town?
No. I only go to Old Town normally just to go get some conies over at the D Hotel down there.
Oh.
But we ended up there also going to Circa because that's where this pool was at, the Stadium Swim, which I would say go check out. Normally, I try to stay up on the Strip. I don't like to do Fremont too much.
Oh, yeah. We're going there, and not this weekend, but the following weekend we're going. And she likes to walk the Strip.
Go.
I hate walking
You'll be doing
the Strip,
that alone.
especially in midday. Ugh.
You can't walk the Strip in midday in that heat with all those people.
We stop and we go through the casino, not just on the Strip. I kind of like you cut into a casino, then out the other end of it, walk the Strip into another one out. So I guess it's not terrible, but I have to wear a hat, like a full, like I look like a beekeeper without the net.
Yes, you do. Well, here's my question: why are you walking the Strip? What is she looking to see that she hadn't seen on the last trip?
I don't know. I don't know. You ask her.
I'm not married or dating her. I'm not asking her. I don't need to have the conversation with her.
Well, no, I can't give you an answer.
Because some people like to go look at the different, different art that might be happening or something. I don't know.
You see some weirdos. That's probably the best. That's probably the best part is the weirdos you see.
Walking the Strip. I would say check out the Cosmo. Cosmo is probably my favorite place to stay, but I don't like hanging out there much because I like to get out and hit different bars or whatnot, and it's not a whole lot easy. It's not a whole lot of things easy to get to from the Cosmo. You almost have to get in your car and go wherever you want to go from there. But Caesars is my other place I like to hang out.
Yeah, that's where I went. Very first time I ever went was Caesars.
Yeah, Caesars is nice. Really worth it. But yes, so we had a dope weekend out there, and that was a lot of fun. Hopefully, everybody out there who's listening to us had a great Labor Day weekend and got a chance to kind of relax a little bit.
Yeah, I guess relax. I relax by cleaning up after everyone.
Yeah, nail polish and whatnot. Yes. Wanted you to go ahead and let people know the How Are Ya t-shirts just dropped, if I didn't already mention that. How Are Ya? So you guys can grab those at murderesspodcast.com. Also, we'll have a few of those for sale at the show next week. So it won't be a whole lot of them for sale. So if you're listening, you're coming out, be one of the first ones to jump in line and grab
particular sizes, or is it a couple of each?
Yeah, we're just going to have a couple of each, going up to 2X, large and mediums. There will be no smalls available locally. So if you're coming to the show, you're looking for a size small, you won't be able to grab that one. You'll have to jump on the website and grab that, and you can grab the Pop-Tart one too, as well. That's there. That was been up for about a week, and that Pop-Tart one is probably one of my favorite ones. I like it.
Yeah. It's all right. Hawaii is better.
It's a great way it's a great way to support the show either way. If you can't do anything with the Patreon, but if you can jump onto the website again and click that Patreon button, and it'll take you where you got to go to kind of make that decision on your own.
Just do it.
All right, get all that business out the way, and thank you guys, man. As always, the numbers were back to looking great this week. They did not look that great when my team wrote it, so we got some work that we need to figure out on our end when we write
team's doing some OT.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out how to do a better job to make you guys enjoy us on that particular week. But they came through like a champ, man, and looking forward to checking this one out.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, I haven't even proofed this one.
Uh-oh.
So this is
thought we learned our lesson.
You know what? I like
my grandma.
No, I like not reading it all the time because I like to be surprised with the audience. I feel like it's fresher that way. I just wish that, you and your squad, would follow punctuation and spelling issues. Like there's one E in oxygen.
Oh, well, maybe on that particular version.
So on this week's episode of Murderers Podcast, here we go. We take a look at the story of an ungrateful little bitch.
Jesus, Sidney. It's the people that are listening.
It's the teenager with a temper, Sabrina Zunich.
I mean, don't get me wrong. That's clever as hell, but geez.
Oh, let me go ahead and repeat what I repeat every week. Jamie, there are people who listen with their children.
And when they're done, they're going to be like, wow, that was one ungrateful little bitch.
Oh, my God. No, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking they're going to copy just that part of me staying, and whenever the kid is acting up, it just replay it. So on this week's episode of Murder's Podcast, we take a look at the story of an ungrateful little bitch. It's the teenager with a temper, Sabrina Zunich.
Woo.
When foster mother Lisa Knofel welcomed 16-year-old Sabrina into her family, there's no way she could have predicted the chaos that would soon follow. Zunich had an affair with her foster father, Kevin Knofel, and the two of them conspired to murder Lisa. 16 years old, and she's sleeping with
getting in her head.
What is this, Woody Allen?
And this
Was
guy's
Woody Allen
40-something. I mean, that's a scooch of an age difference.
Oh, my. So those who knew her say Lisa Knofel was loving and compassionate. Lisa loved children, and she loved to help people. Her first husband, Nicholas Zanella, said in an interview. Now, for anyone out there who's married more than once, you know it is tough to get the first spouse to say anything fucking nice about you.
Yes.
Because whoever you are now is the complete opposite of who you were when you were married to that person. Otherwise, you two motherfuckers would still be together.
Right. Well, there was some bad news here, so he probably figures, I can take the high road now.
So for her first husband to say something nice, was something else. So Nicholas and Lisa's daughter, Megan, was born in 1999, but the couple divorced in 2003. In 2006, she married a man named Kevin Knofel, a truck driver. Their daughter, Haley, was born in 2009. So there's 2 kids between the 2 marriages.
Yes.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm interested in seeing why they brought this other child into the play.
Both Lisa's.
Say again?
Both of them are Lisa's. Kids.
Okay. Got you. Okay. I got you.
I think.
No, they are not. Megan was the first child, and the second child was Haley.
Yes, but they both came out of her, right?
Yes. They're both. Okay. I get what you're saying. Yes. So Lisa was the mother of both.
Gotcha.
Lisa worked as a social worker in the sex abuse department of the Cuyahoga.
So that takes a saint.
Oh, yes. Department of Children and Family Services in Ohio. Oh, what a shitty state. All right.
LeBron's from there. I got fouled.
Why you bring, right? It's just constantly. Why you bring, now you gotta upset me while talking about LeBron. Don't bring LeBron in this. You already made me read the name of this state, this terrible state that's south of Michigan.
Okay, we're going to college level hate here.
Oh, God, I'm from Michigan. It's just state level hate here. Not even just college, just state level hate. They call us that shitty state up north, and we think of them that shitty state down south.
Neither of you are wrong.
Well, how dare you? How dare you know what? Shitty Massachusetts with your weird accents.
That's fair as well.
She would eventually open her home to children in need as a foster parent. See how I moved past you and your hatred? When she had foster children, she treated them like her own. She made sure she went the extra mile to be a good parent, her friend Carol B said. Then in July 2011, 16-year-old Sabrina Zunich was placed with the Knofel family and moved into their home in Willoughby Hills, Ohio, a suburb of Cleveland. A little bit of a background on our murderess. Sabrina was born on October 27, 1994. Her parents were both alcoholics and drug addicts and often in trouble with the law, according to a 2013 Cleveland Scene article. At one point, she was still being bottle fed to get her to go to sleep. They put vodka in her bottle.
Oh.
Zunich's friend, Bob Stokes, said. And
no whiskey in the house?
I was getting ready to say, I've heard it said, and I don't know how much vodka they're putting in there, so I'm not going to get into measurements. I'm not doing that. This isn't a cooking show. But I've known many old school parents that put, you said it, whiskey in a bottle, Robitussin, things like that to help the baby go to sleep.
Right.
Definitely if the baby was teething at the time, that would be rubbed on the gums. So I don't know if we want to throw this out there as if this was some type of child. Now, 2021, I'm sure plenty of people would say that's child abuse. But I remember growing up and times before I was ever thought about or born that this was something that was done on a regular basis.
I mean, if I was cranky, my mother would just have me sniff glue, and then that was it.
What?
That's typical in the 70s, wasn't it?
What? Your mom did not have you sniff glue. Man, why would you say that? Why would you say, get Mama Kamaya on the phone.
Put a little glue in a brown bag.
Are you serious?
If you met my mother, you know I'm full of shit.
Okay. All right. Because I heard the woman's a saint.
Yeah, she is. She truly is.
But we're going to go ahead and roll with this, Mama Kamaya. And we're going to, you know what we're going to do? We're going to see if we can bring some charges up from the 70s.
There's going to be a statute of limitations on sniffing glue.
I hope so. But you know what? I could probably see that someone would probably have doing that with their kid, though. To put them to sleep.
I love when you start taking notes.
No.
So I say something off, and then all of a sudden you start writing down with the pen.
Hey, man, I just write down stuff that you or I might have said. It's not just all you. Don't be such a victim, Jay.
I am a victim. My girlfriend tells me all the time I act like a victim.
Because she's so tough.
Oh,
she is tough. I'm glad.
It's because you can't hit women.
Whip you. Oh, wow.
So I have nothing to do. All I can do is run my mouth.
Growing up, Zunich struggled with mental health issues. Did you just say? Okay.
I said you cannot hit women.
I heard what you said, but the way you said it.
Well, you can't do it, so you can only talk shit.
What's the old Chris Rock joke? You shake the shit out of him.
I never hit one, but I shake the shit out of him.
Yeah. I was diagnosed when I was 4 years old with ADHD, and growing up throughout my life, I was diagnosed with ODD, ADHD, bipolar, anxiety, and depression, Zunich said.
That's the gamut.
She had a lot. When she was 4 years old, she was diagnosed ADHD, and then growing up throughout, I was diagnosed with five disorders.
Right, and they're all treatable with Xanax, right? I mean, I'm no doctor, but that's what I would suggest.
So Zuni grew up with her father and her grandmother
and you pass by everything I suggest.
Wick Life, Ohio. Dude, I'm trying to keep the few people who listen to us. So she was eventually removed from the home due to her grandmother's declining health and allegations that Sabrina stole from her, according to court documents. When I was 14, that's when I got into the actual system and was placed into group homes. It was traumatic, Zunich said. Zunich spent the next 2 years being shuffled around the foster care system. Her father died in 2012, as allegedly from a drug overdose, according to the Cleveland Scene. I've never been put into the system, but you hear so many horror stories. I can only imagine what it will be like for a young teenager to be pushed through.
It almost seems like this is a typical route, too. I mean, all the stories we've read, I mean, this seems like a typical route for a kid to end up in the system.
And not only be in the foster care system, because it almost makes me, before we get into the meat of the story, what she went through in terms of maybe there might have been abuse in some of these homes.
There certainly could have been.
Because you hear so many horror stories where the foster care system does not keep a real watchful eye on these kids as they shuffle them from home to home.
Yeah, they're understaffed, I think is what it comes down to.
Yeah, a lot of cases, yes. So, but after moving in with the Nofels, Zunich seemed to thrive. She did well in school and got along with the family, including Lisa and Kevin's daughters. We started off as friends, and then we moved into sisters, Zunich told producers from the TV show Snapped, Behind Bars. Me and Lisa's relationship was good at first, and me and Kevin had a very close relationship. I could be open with him. A change occurred after 6 months, though. Zunich thought Lisa gave her own daughters preferential treatment, and the two began to butt heads.
That was Kevin in her head. Like, look at them. Look at them. Don't they look happy? What about you?
Right, you think so?
Oh, it's possible.
It wasn't a dream family that I've always wanted. That mother-daughter relationship changed immensely, Zunich told the TV show. Well, I would say this, too. In her mind, she had what she thought a dream family was. First of all, family is more of a nightmare than a dream. And second, you don't notice as a teenager. Well, I guess you kind of do if you kind of went with the family the entire time. But the parents are always going to have their favorites.
Of course.
You could have came out the same womb that these two girls did, and she still could have not saw you as the favorite.
I tell my girlfriend all the time, she has 5 kids. She's like, I don't have a favorite. I'm like, I could literally rank them right now if you'd like me to.
Right. And
in order of your favoritism, like not even mine.
Without you ranking.
No, she doesn't want me to do it because I'll catch her nodding her head.
Wait a minute. You said in her order of favorites, not yours. So you have an order of favorites.
Mine, I don't know. Maybe, I guess, to some degree. Yeah, there's 5 of them. Of course, someone's going to be more fun than the other or less of a pain in the ass. But I could rank them in terms of how she likes them.
I would love to know if people out there who have multiple children will admit that they have a favorite. And again, go to the website, go to Facebook, go to IG, drop us a little something. Because my mother has 4 kids, and she will never, ever admit she has a favorite. She will always say, I don't have a favorite, which I always say, that's not true. I can't say you're lying because my mother would make me cut a switch even at my age. But I will say that's not true.
If someone held a gun to a baby's head and said, choose.
What?
A favorite. I bet she could come up with one.
I bet I don't have to go that far with it, because I would just put the gun up to her favorite's head and say, "Tell the truth right now."
You just go up to each one and just put the gun to the head and look at the reaction. On each one.
No! Off the top, I could tell you, it's my baby brother is my mother's favorite. That's easy.
So the baby, that kind of goes without saying.
Second would be my sister because she's the only girl.
Oh God, you're in the bottom half.
I'm in the bottom half for sure because I'm the oldest, and for no other reason. But yeah, all day. The baby brother's her favorite. Sister would be her second favorite. Absolutely, because she's the only girl. So as Zunich and Lisa drifted apart, she became closer to Kevin. He was my friend and my father. Kevin was there to catch me because he never judged me and he always made me feel wanted, said Zunich. Man, just with that one brief paragraph, I feel like, and partially because I already know she was sleeping with him, I feel like this dude was grooming her from the start.
Oh, of course he was.
That's what I feel like. Just reading that one small paragraph.
He had to feel it out, say, all right, will this actually work? Can I actually pull this off?
Right. So Kevin and Zunich's relationship raised eyebrows, however. Okay, so I was not the only one.
No.
Keep in mind, folks, I did not proofread this one, so I did not know that part was coming.
You're a clairvoyant.
I'm listening. I'm reading this for the first time as you guys are listening for the first time. So Kevin and Zunich's relationship raised eyebrows. However, they were too friendly. They were too close. They would make sexual jokes towards each other. Zunich's friend, Autumn Pavlik, told producers. You know, and I've always been one who's been careful. I don't know about you. I've always been careful. I shouldn't say always. In the latter stage of my life, I've always been careful when it comes to dealing with other people's children, little girls, teenage girls, that type of thing. I can get along with them. We can joke around, but never want to give the impression to the little girl or to that young lady that there's anything here. I've just always been conscious of that, I guess.
Of course. Well, that's because you're not a scumbag.
But and I remember when my sister was a small child, my sister was friendly. She's still a friendly person, probably one of the friendliest people that you'd ever meet. You know, my mother would never let her like sit on an uncle's lap or things like that. Would always teach her, even at a young age, that is not how you behave as a young lady. While when I was a kid, I always thought she was overdoing it. Like, that's not a big deal. It's her uncle, that type of thing.
Right.
But as I got older, I could figure that out. I mean, what's kind of your thoughts on that? Have you ever worried about that? Have you been cautious of that, especially with you now being around small children?
Well, I find myself being maybe even overly protective because a lot of her grandchildren are girls and even her daughters, you know. Mm-hmm. So I can feel myself being protective of all of them. So it's a new experience for me because I had two sisters, but I mean, we never had any issues like that. Never came across anything like that. We were fortunate in that sense. So this is kind of new territory for me.
Well, definitely protective because I was even protective of my older cousins. And I was a younger cousin, but I was always taller and that type of thing. So I was always protective of them. But in terms of when you're dealing with young girls and that type of thing, you always want to make sure that they understand, look, you know, in your case, I'm granddad, if you will, or stepdad or whatever.
I am step granddad.
Right. I'm saying.
I feel too old.
Right. Well, I'm just saying that you just make sure that role is always known and prevalent in the relationship.
Right.
So that's all I was saying. So on October 27, 2012, Zunich turned 18 and was able to leave the foster care system. Instead, she petitioned to remain in the Knofels home and finish high school. This was considered typical as many foster children would remain in foster care after their 18th birthday if they were still in school. All right.
Typical.
3 weeks later, on the night of November 16th, a call came into Willoughby Hills 911. It was 13-year-old Megan Zanella. She's stabbing my mom with a knife and she's beating her. Megan can be heard crying on the 911 tapes obtained by the investigators. When asked who had the knife, Megan replies, "My sister. She's trying to kill my mom."
That's smart. You know, wait till you turn 18 so you can be tried as an adult.
That's
a good idea.
Should have did this a year ago. You think she said that while she was doing it?
No.
I've been wanting to do this for 2 years.
Well, you should have. These people took you in.
First responders arrived on the scene and found Zunich drenched in blood. Lisa was located in her bedroom, unresponsive and covered in stab wounds. She died at the scene. 3-year-old Haley was found hiding in her mom's closet.
Oh, that's awful.
The poor child witnessed the entire event. That is absolutely awful. I don't think that's something you ever get, even at 3 years old. I think
that's going to hardwire something in your brain.
I would say we don't hang on to many memories at 3, if any, but this one, I got to believe. Lisa had been stabbed an incredible 178 times.
That's got to be a record.
With a 15-inch knife. My God.
15-inch knife. That's like a small sword.
It is, but I'm thinking 178 times. The overkill.
Yeah. I mean, you got to rest.
You had to get yourself really worked up.
Yeah.
To be able to do that.
I had to switch hands.
So the amount of times and the length of the knife were recorded in the court documents. Many of the wounds were defensive. The attack was so violent, the blade of the knife was bent. When police showed up and entered the house, Sabrina came around the corner covered in blood from head to toe and was still holding the knife. She was ordered to drop the knife, which she did immediately. Zunich was taken into custody, but wouldn't answer any questions. I was not mentally there. I was in and out the whole time, she says. Kevin Knopfel was on the road in Michigan when his wife was murdered.
Convenient.
Very. Authorities notified him and said he was relatively calm upon returning home, according to court documents. How could you be calm?
No, you shouldn't be calm. I mean, he's got to be not right, because even if you'd set this up and you wanted that to happen, you still got to play the part.
You got to do something. But I think what people always underestimate is, excuse me, one, if you're actually committing the murder, it's not, unless you just had that in you, it's not what it's going to be. And two, if you're playing a part, the whole way you're supposed to react, you're going to be confused by.
Right.
How do I play this? Am I calm? Am I this? Am I supposed to be breathing heavy?
Be chaotic or something.
But I think you overthink it because you're so concentrated. Okay, I don't want to get caught. So how should I? Am I supposed? Because you've never done this before. You don't know what
still, you got to be all over the place. I mean, at the very least, you got. In his mind, he's probably thinking, okay, stage 1 complete.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I think we're agreeing. So the following day, unlike last week where we got into the argument.
No, you got into an argument. No, I just sat here and took the abuse.
No, so, I can see exactly what Avelia is talking about when it comes to you and your victimhood.
Me.
So the following day, as friends and family converged on the Knopfel home, they were disturbed by Kevin's behavior. I can't say how a person should appear when their wife's been brutally murdered, but she did. But he didn't just appear to be fazed by it. Lisa's friend Erica Gator told Oxygen. So at this point, police had a killer, but they didn't have a motive. They decided to look more closely at the relationship between Sabrina and her foster father. The more they looked at Zunich and Kevin's relationship, the more suspicious they became. Investigators learned that Zunich had told her social worker that Kevin took photographs of her and gave her money.
Oh.
Cleveland Fox affiliate WJW reported in 2014. On another occasion, Kevin contacted the social worker to say that he and Lisa were considering divorce and that he wanted to retain custody of Zunich.
You're gonna adopt your girlfriend, huh? Scumbag.
Well, that's why I say, who's this? Woody Allen's cousin? What are we doing here? I was listening to, sorry, folks. I was listening to Kevin Hart has a great podcast. I keep pushing other people's stuff here, but yeah, we're not affiliated with Kevin Hart or anything from Vegas that I mentioned either. So that's not why I'm mentioning it. I was listening to Kevin Hart's podcast because I really dig the podcast, and he was interviewing Chelsea Handler.
Oh, she doesn't like redheads, so fuck her.
That's the first thing you say about Chelsea.
That's the first thing that comes to mind when I hear her name.
Chelsea lately is so sexy, so sexy.
Yeah, well, she lost points with me.
Where did you hear she doesn't like red? Book. Why are you reading her book?
I didn't. Someone read that line to me. I think it was my sister.
Who would try to hurt you? And then you say my sister. Well, of course. She doesn't like redheads? Is that what she said? Or hates redheads?
Something about red. I don't remember. Just we're not at the top of the list.
Well, you're not at the top of a lot of lists. I don't know why this hurts you so bad.
At the bottom of the list.
So she's on the podcast, and she goes to this. I think she was with Katie Couric, and there's some other famous people. They're at this dinner, and Woody Allen is there with his new wife / used to be stepdaughter, and Chelsea's sitting next to Woody, and everyone's talking. And I forget why she did that, but she turns to Woody. She goes, "So how did you two meet?" And so I'm sitting there at the gym, and I'm lifting weight. And as she says it, I try not to drop this bar on my neck because I thought that was the fun. So how'd you two meet? Asking Woody Allen how he met. What's her name? Sungkum Lee or something?
Oh, Mia Farrow's the ex-wife, right?
But it was the adoptive daughter.
Oh, I don't know. I could guess it would just come out as racist, though.
It was the Asian adoptive daughter that they took.
Yeah.
And that's who he ended up married to now.
Oh, wow.
You didn't know this?
No, I knew it. I just didn't know her name.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know the specific details, but I knew it was like a stepdaughter or a foster daughter.
The foster daughter that he met, at home.
And he's got to be 80, right?
I don't know what he is, but he's a perv. I know
Play
that.
on, playa.
So how did you do that? They've been together now for 20 plus years now, I believe. So
she's hanging on for that will.
So Kevin called the same social worker and said, "Hey, we're thinking of getting divorced, Lisa and I want to retain custody of this."
Bet you do.
Of this young lady who's almost an adult. So Sabrina's friend, Autumn Pavlik, told investigators that in early October of 2012, Zunich had asked her to find a hitman.
Random much?
According to a 2014 Ohio News Herald article, she did not say for who, but she had her suspicions it was meant for her foster mother. The amount of witnesses these two people are bringing into this.
Yes, I mean, especially teenage witnesses. I can't imagine they're the best witness. They're the best people to keep secrets when shit gets heavy.
Yes. All you got to do is tell them you want to be charged. They'll start spilling their guns.
You got to jump her into your little gang to make sure she knows how to keep quiet.
I watched The Closer. I know how this works. I knew Kevin was involved because when Sabrina would talk about needing help, she would refer to the both of them. Me and Kevin need to get rid of Lisa. Pavlik told them. Zunich initially denied Kevin had any role in Lisa's murder. While she sat in jail, he collected over $800,000 in life insurance, with which he bought cars and homes and took flying lessons, according to the Cleveland.
Flying lessons? How are you going to be in any condition to take flying lessons?
Look, here's what I'm thinking. How do you think an 18-year-old is going to be able to keep this secret for you while you're out here on a free-for-all spending
You
free?
son of a bitch.
How good did you think your dick was? How good?
It probably wasn't that good. It was probably good at first, but he was, 43? How good was my dick at 43? No, it probably wasn't that good. It probably wasn't that good.
Well, she didn't have probably much to compare it to.
No, so. It sounds like it was probably the first.
Right. So, to her was probably the greatest thing ever.
Oh, of course.
But she's out here spending $800K and she's just sitting in jail. So after 6 months in jail, Zunich started to feel abandoned, you think, and started talking to police. She claimed that a year earlier, her relationship with Kevin had gone from father-daughter to significant others. Kevin allegedly told her that he would get her the best lawyers and her committed to a mental hospital where she would eventually be released.
Wow, that's the plan. So that's how he kept her quiet. Well, he learned how to fly.
Well, he played JFK Jr.
He's probably going to wish he crashed.
Yeah, right. So Sabrina said it started with massages. I wanted to be a massage therapist. I wanted to help people all my life. And so he said, you can practice on me.
I bet he did.
And it started on the legs because he was a truck driver and had cramps in his legs. And it gradually went to more. So
that's a little leg.
What is going on? I guess I'm pausing here because, I know you got her late in life, but you're still supposed to mentally have it in your mind that this is my daughter.
Yes. No, he didn't care.
And she did not have enough wits about her, obviously, to know what was coming from the start. By the fall of 2012, Zunich and Kevin were having sex on a regular basis, according to court documents. Kevin said he didn't love Lisa anymore and wanted her dead, the News Herald reported. I said, why not just divorce her? And he said, because I can't do it. The girls would end up going to her, Zunich told producers.
Well, that's what you get.
He said she's worth more dead than alive, and he brought out two policies.
I can be single and you'll take my kids?
One for $500K and one for $250,000.
Well, that's $750,000. That would last me 70 years.
That is not enough money to kill someone for, though.
I don't know. I'm sure I could find someone to do it for.
I don't like the way your eyes got all wide here looking at me, buddy. What you and Tamara got planned for me?
Nah, nothing.
All I know is they're going to catch you because it's going to be Pop-Tart fingerprints all over the place.
We found crumbs on his body.
And they were in the shape of your footprints or of your fingerprints. All right. So Zunich claimed Kevin told her to make Lisa's murder look like the result of a botched burglary. Good luck with that. 178 stab wounds in. He taught her how to stab Lisa and twist the blade to inflict maximum damage and help pick out the knife. If she got caught, he told her to claim insanity, according to a 2014 New York Daily News article. Again, you can tell, she being so young, because an adult person of a clear mind would say, then if it's so easy, why don't you do it and claim insanity?
Right.
I'll wait for you.
Yeah. Hey, wait till you're 18, by the way.
Make me the beneficiary.
Thanks for the $800K.
On August 9, 2013, Kevin Knopfel, now 43 years of age, was taken into custody and charged with conspiracy to commit aggravated murder and complicity to aggravated murder, as well as 6 counts of sexual battery, according to the Akron Beacon Journal newspaper. Zunich testified against Kevin Knopfel at his murder trial in the spring of 2014. His defense team, however, claims she made it all up.
Oh, yeah.
There's no evidence that Kevin had ever done anything inappropriate with Sabrina. No DNA, no videotapes, nothing. Defense attorney Gary Vick told Snap. The only evidence they had was Sabrina. It was completely Sabrina's story. Apparently, Sabrina's story, quotation marks here, was enough for the jury. On June 11, 2014, they found Kevin Knopfel guilty on all counts. And in August, he was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years.
That's crazy, though. Like, just to go off her word, that's a fair point.
He will first be eligible for parole in 2043 at the age of 73. So going back to your statement, you think it's surprising or amazing?
No, I mean, I guess if I had to guess, I would say, yeah, he did it. He's guilty. But that's to give a guy life based off, the murderer's testimony and nothing else. I mean, I don't know. You'd have to be in that jury to decide for yourself.
I think you would have to decide based off, is she crazy? Does she sound crazy sitting there? Or does she sound like she's telling the truth? Does she sound like she's out of her mind? Does she sound like she's making this up? Because at the end of the day, what other reason would she have to kill this woman?
Right. Yeah, she had to get something out of it.
You're right. So she didn't walk away with any money or jewelry or anything.
No.
And obviously there was no escape plan put into place because she was still there when the cops showed up.
Right. No, she was out of her mind.
And I'm normally with you on you need more than that. I'm just saying, unless you could make this young lady, and I have not finished reading this, but unless there was some way to make her sound insane, it sounded like she would be making this up. I don't know how you let this guy off.
Yeah, her testimony had to be pretty consistent, pretty clear-headed, which apparently it was.
So apparently Sabrina's story was enough. So we got through that point. I apologize there. Sabrina Zunich pleaded guilty to aggravated murder in August of 2014 and was subsequently sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years.
So they got the same sentence.
Yep. The Associated Press reported at the time, now 26, Zunich will first be eligible for parole in 2042 when she is 47. So she's got 21 years to go.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they gave her the same sentence.
Well, fair is fair, I guess. I mean, it's the same. Well, you think she should have got more?
I'm surprised they didn't give her less.
Because of the you're 18.
I know, but I'm surprised they didn't see her more of a victim who was taking advantage of.
But what she did, man, was nasty.
Absolutely. I'm just surprised that they, and maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was a severity of what she did.
Yeah,
the broken blade, 178 times.
Yeah, that's a bunch.
Yeah. So after her sentence, and that many times she had to have some type of personal feeling against this woman herself as well. After her sentencing, Sabrina Zunich carefully folded 3 tissues on the table before her as she awaited a hearing that would determine how long she would be in prison for brutally killing her foster mother. They were used and wadded, and she continued to cry when Lake County Common Pleas Judge Richard Collins Jr. said she would serve a mandatory sentence of life in prison, but eligible for parole after 30 years.
That was a long way to go to get to Your Honor.
I could not imagine, and I hope I'm never in a position, because God only knows what's in store, but I hope I'm never in a position where I have to stand there and I'm told life.
Yeah, no, forget it.
Especially at this point of my own life, because there's just life. You're done.
Yeah, that's it. You're in a cell.
I mean, the guys who go in for life and are still living, I don't know how they do that every day, man. Because that's, I don't know. I don't know how you get acclimated with that.
You gotta find something to occupy your mind. It's probably most of them probably just scared to end it, so that's why they continue to live.
Yeah. I mean, that could be it too. And I'm not saying anyone should end their life, whether you're in or out of prison. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying just to know that you're going a way where you have no rights, you get to make no decisions. You're told what to wear, you're told when you go to bed, you're told what you're going to eat, when you're going to eat. That is just your life of playing checkers and watching TV every day.
Yeah.
I'm
good at checkers though, by the way. I feel like I'd fit in.
Me and they're wiping out motherfuckers for ramen noodles. So Kyle, I think some way you'd figure out how to get Pop-Tarts even if you were in prison.
Oh, I'm sure they're in commissary.
Collins, no, like the real Pop-Tarts. You'd figure a way to get real Pop-Tarts. Smuggling them in. Got someone smuggling them in from the outside.
A Pop-Tart mule.
Not those toaster strudel shit. So Collins made it clear that his recommendation for parole was due to Zunich's cooperation with prosecutors that led to the conviction of her foster father, Kevin Knofel. I don't think there was any question she was manipulated and used by the co-defendant, Collins said. But he said the seriousness of the crime outweighed all factors. Aggravated murder is aggravated murder, Collins said. But this was not a single violent act. He said that Lisa Knofel suffered before she died. She was screaming for help and begging the defendant to stop. She did not die immediately. I cannot imagine the nature of her terror and fear.
Oh, when you put it that way.
And that explains the sentencing. And I'm glad you guys added that in there. Zunich apologized before she was sentenced. I want to say how sorry I am for all those I hurt, she said. Lisa did not deserve what happened to her. I ask for forgiveness to be given to me, not for my benefit, but for those who need the healing process to begin. I can't explain how much remorse I have and how much sadness I deal with. At the hearing, Grishammer asked Collins to allow parole eligibility after 20 years, saying Zunich was emotionally blackmailed by Kevin Knofel, who convinced her to kill his wife. Had she been placed in a loving foster home, she might have made it, he said. Kevin hijacked her. No one spoke on behalf of Zunich. Although the courtroom was filled, among those in the front row was her mother, Susan Edwards, and Edwards' mother, Alice Matt. I'm sorry this happened, and I love her with all my heart, said Edwards prior to the hearing. She was unable to care for Zunich because of drug and alcohol abuse, according to court testimony. Matt said she writes weekly to Zunich, but hadn't seen her since before her arrest on November 16, 2012.
That's Granny?
That is Granny. Zunich did not look at either of them as she entered and left the courtroom. Prosecutors who said they did not know of Kevin Knofel's involvement in his wife's death until Zunich told Collins they recommended she have an opportunity for parole. Zunich, who has been in the Lake County jail for almost 2 years, will be transferred to prison in about a week, deputies said. What's your thoughts on this one, man? After you researched it and you guys wrote it up?
Yeah, and there's a show on it too. I watched. She was giving interviews. She's missing a front tooth, so I guess jail's not doing that well with her. For her front teeth are completely gone. But yeah, no, it was telling the story. Like they showed her when she was on the stand telling the story, and she looked obviously younger and cleaner at the time. She was like seemed very clear headed. Like seemed very believable what she was saying. She used to have to give but she gave oral sex every day when he drove her to school. Like that was one of the part of the testimony that she gave. I wasn't sure how to work that into the story. I just remember that sticking with me. I'm like, oh my God.
Right. Well, obviously, like we said, he was grooming her and having her do a lot of different things. Obviously, this whole oral sex every day on the way to school. I mean, the dude was just a terrible person.
Yeah, he was.
And to inflict that type of sexual abuse on a young lady who you just knew needed some love.
Right.
I do agree with the defense attorney that he hijacked her, and had she been put into a different home, who knows where she could have turned.
Right.
And when you said watching some of the video that you saw, I could see it from the statement she made that she seemed like a clear-headed, articulate, and maybe even smart young lady until he got a hold of her and talked her into what he talked her into.
Well, said when she got to that family at age 16 that she flourished compared to what she had been doing. So she was doing well. So she was on a path. It seemed like the right path. And then, I mean, with the mother doing what she did for a living, what better person to have, looking out for you. And then dad just couldn't do it.
Right. Well, Jay, another good story about you and your team. So
We try.
yeah, man. Good job. Good job. Hey, folks, thank you guys for listening to us. Again, don't forget, next week is our live show at CB Live. If you're in the Valley, make sure you get those tickets, murderesspodcast.com.
Bring Pop-Tarts.
And snatch those up and bring Jamie some Pop-Tarts. I've been a few people who are coming have reached out to me and said they will be bringing you Pop-Tarts, though.
Oh.
Yes.
I better bring a booty bag.
And there's some people,
A booty bag to bring my booty home.
Okay. And
That's what it's called.
You mean pants?
No, I know, like a bag. You know, like they call you, like your pirate's booty.
I'm just messing with you.
Ah, you're on a roll.
So it is a few people who hit us up on social and through the website who said they want to see about trying to get you some Pop-Tarts too. So I want you guys to know something.
I like blueberry too.
Help me save my marriage and get some Pop-Tarts for this guy. Because if my wife buys him another box of Pop-Tarts, it's going to be a problem up here in the Smith household. Hey, I've been Sidney Smith.
Jamie Kamaya.
Thank you guys very much about the story you just heard. We sourced it from oxygen.com and mycrimelibrary.com. From Sidney Smith Creative, this has been the Murderous Podcast. If you like our show, be sure to tell your friends and family. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you're listening right now. Leave that 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. Remember, you can also support the show and receive bonus content by joining our fan club by going to patreon.com/Murderous Podcast. Remember, be aware of your surroundings, and we'll see you next week.